Energy crisis, AI acceleration, problems, accelerating problems everywhere we look. And the question is, what can little I do? What can you and I do to prevent these tsunamis of catastrophes that is threatening us from morning to midday and midnight? What can we do? What can you and I do? And I think that the best way to invest in the future is to invest in now, upgrading your inner operating system so that you are able to create quantum leaps out of any kind of crisis. That's an art form. It's actually something everyone has access to. It's something we can all do. Lots and lots of people throughout history and lots of people in everyday life are doing it already, but most people don't know that it's possible. Most people don't know that there's a very big difference between the problems we experience at this level and the solutions at that level. And they don't understand, how do I get from this level to that level? How do I get from being blocked here and feeling powerless and feeling afraid and everything looks hopeless and I don't know where the way out is? Most people don't know that it's possible to go up instead of down, and most people don't know how to do it. They don't know that if you hit a wall, it's not necessarily that the wall is going to be the stable one. It could be you that climb up the wall. So I feel this is such an important skill to have in these times, not least because AI is doing more and more and more of our jobs. I mean, there are literally people who cannot see what humans are supposed to do in 5 years. Imagine AI being as capable as all of humanity together. I mean, there are already factories, companies, actually already companies where an agency is running thousands of companies at the same time, and there's absolutely zero human in the companies. So to imagine that we will just be able to keep going on business as usual and not changing anything is, I don't see how that can happen. I cannot see how that can happen. If you can, please feel free to tell me. I believe we as humans have to amp up our human resources, our inner human resources. We have so many unused resources. We have so much unfolded potential. And now is the time, pressured by AI, pressured by crisis, pressured by pressure everywhere. Now is the time to unleash those resources. Now is the time to understand, how do we move from here to here in a manner that's not too painful and doesn't take too long and is doable and affordable for the regular human being. This is, I think, is our most important task. So when people ask me, what can little I do in the face of all these big crises, I want to tell you something that it's not me who invented it, but I find comfort in this. Apparently a chemist, I think it was a chemist who said this, that in a chaotic system, when a system is in chaos, which we can say that the world is right now, small islands of coherence have enough power to tip the whole system. What I've been working with for the past 2 decades, or maybe, I mean, all my life, is to create these small islands of coherence. It can be in ourselves, and can be in our relationships, and it can be in the groups, in the tribes that we are a member of, in the surroundings, in our relationships, in the networks where we are. Those small groups of coherence can actually tip the bigger system. And it's a paradox that while more and more people feel more and more pressured and more afraid and more like, oh my God, is what's going to happen, there is an increasing amount of people who are feeling more and more happy, more and more joyful, more and more free, more and more blissful. So how do you get from category to category wow? Liberation. This is what I work with in my future leadership programs. And if you are curious and want to explore how that could look for you, please feel free to book a call. hello, have nothing to lose. It's just like 15 minutes where we'll explore how could that look for you. When you ask, what can little I do? I have a zillion ideas for you on what you can do if I understand your particular situation. So I hope you take me up on the offer and that you will know that for every problem there is a solution, but you have to do something to access that solution. You cannot stay here and loop and loop and loop and loop and expect that miraculously you will lead. You have to choose that. You have to invest in that. You have to be willing, and you have to see sooner or later that this is the only way that we can get to a brighter future, instead of being the victim of all these circumstances that we cannot really control. We can control ourselves and how our choices are affecting the world around us. And I urge you to use that choice. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.